Hey guys, how you all doing? Happy New Year. It is 2024 and I'm so excited to see every one of you, and I'm sure that you guys are going to be shocked because it's been a minute that I was here. But we're trying a lot of things. We're trying to make sure that we're consistent with a lot of things this year. I know I said that last year, but I just keep trying. Anyways, today we're going to be talking about something that I feel like it's very important for everybody, especially with the fact that it's 2024 and everybody has that thing where they're thinking about New Year resolutions, new year, new me. I'm going to be a better person this year. I'm going to change who I am and all of that. You see, I kind of have a challenge with that changing who I am. Like if you want to be better, I think that's better than just entirely changing, because I'm a strong advocate of loving who you are, because if you do not love who you are, you constantly want to change, and sometimes it's not even for the better. Sometimes you're just changing to be more mean. And nobody wants that this year. So today we're going to be talking about something that's going to interest every one of you, and you're going to learn a lot from it, because I constantly learn and I constantly use it to get better. And I just want to share some of the things that I do to become better, and that is what I'm doing today. So today we're going to be talking about reinventing yourself. Very important, especially because it's the beginning of the year and we're just going to do that. All right, so we'll take a very quick break, and when we are back, we'll go straight into it. Don't go anywhere. All right, guys, you're welcome back. Like I said earlier, today we're going to be talking about reinventing yourself. And this is really important because there's always a better version of the person that you are at the moment. And you know, the saying that says, if you stop growing, then you start dying. And we're not ready to die this 2024, right? We are thinking about long life. We have long life and we're going to live that life and live it very well. You see? So as you are alive, you have to constantly be growing. When I talk about growing, I'm talking about every aspect of your life. It's not in just one part, because I see a lot of people plan their lives and say, okay, you know what? I want to be better. I want to do better. But then you're seeing the better in just finances. They're just making more money. But then character-wise, it's just totally awful. No. When you say you want a perfect life, it is a whole. We're talking about finances, family, everything that has to do with your life. Yeah? You're thinking of becoming better in all those aspects, and that's what we're going to be looking at today. So before I continue, please do well to subscribe to my channel, ring the bell so that you know every time I have a new video. Do well to comment. I will reply as much as possible, and also ring the bell. Okay, I've talked about ringing the bell. Also share was what I wanted to talk about. Share so that other people subscribe and learn as you are learning. All right, let's go straight into it. How to reinvent yourself. Like I said before, reinventing yourself is being better than you are. And I also advise people that you can break this down in different quarters. First quarter, second quarter of the year, third quarter, this is what I'm going to do, and all of that, right? But let's just look at it as a whole. Are we ready? I'm sure that we are. So the first thing that you need to do when you need to reinvent yourself is you need to be sure of where you are at the moment. A lot of you don't actually keep count of what you have done or where you are or who you are right now. Do you have a mission statement? Do you have a vision statement? If people talk about you, what are the things that they say about you? So you need to have like sincere feedback about yourself and know exactly where you are, who you are, what you are doing at the moment, the level that you're operating at the moment. It's very, very important that you have all of that. One of the ways that you can do this is, of course, reflect. Think about it yourself. I mean, you can lie to every other person, but you cannot lie to yourself, right? So think about it yourself. What are the things that, what is the thing about me that makes me me now? What are the things that will make me better, and all of that? You think about all of that. Also, another way that you can do that is feedback from your very sincere friends. You need to have friends around you that will tell you the truth, right? That will tell you that, listen, you are not good at this. You are not doing this. You need to do this, and all of that. So first off, find out where you are at the moment, who you are right now. And after you are sure of what your answers are, then we move to number two. Listen, you need to take out time to do this. It's not something that you just sit down and say, you know what, I'm a presenter and I want to be a better presenter. No, you have to break it down. Right? I'm going to talk to you about breaking it down later on, but let's just go as we're going. All right. So after you have realized and found out who you are, clearly written down, you can state that this is where I am at the moment. The next thing that you need to do is think about what a better version of that person that you are will look like. Would you be fatter? Would you be thinner? Would you eat more healthy? Would you have more money? Would you be a doctor? Would you be a lawyer? Would you have more courses? And all of that. Think about it. Just think. You cannot overthink it, and that's the truth. So this is you we're talking about. Explore. I mean, think the biggest, the highest about you. What will a better version of you look like? I find for this particular question, a lot of people like to look at celebrities and say, you know what, if I'm like this celebrity, I think that is the better version of me. And in as much as that is not totally all right, but I don't like to write it off, because there are also some things that you can learn from a celebrity that you really like and you feel like you are aspiring to be like. You can look at their social media. I thank God for social media, in as much as social media is not totally 100%, but there are a lot of things that you can learn. Things like, okay, they wake up in the morning and they work out, they wake up in the morning and they pray, they drink 3 cups of water every day, they're always producing content and all of that. There are simple things that you can learn, and you say, you know what, these are things that I'm going to do. But you see, what that does is it might just give you only one part of your life. You're improving in just one part of your life, and that is why you need to do a whole. That is why my next point is the most important, and this is the one that we're going to concentrate on, because this will really help you build every aspect of your life, because that is what we're about. We're not about just one part. We want to be like a totally transformed and better person. So we're looking at a whole. And you see, I keep doing this because my next point talks about, my dear friend, the wheel of life. Now, let me explain how the wheel of life works. Yeah, it is very simple. Now, the wheel of life is what segments the different aspects of your life, and it has everything. The idea of the wheel of life is, you know how a wheel works, right? If you push it, it is supposed to move. So if a wheel has a dent, this is what a wheel looks like. And if it has a dent in one part of it, if you're pushing it, it's going to have like gallop and all. So what the wheel of life does for you is to make sure that you have a good percentage of every aspect of your life. I mean, family, finances, career, your social life, and all of that. And if you have like good percentages in these different aspects of your life, then you can properly plan your life. So now let's look at the wheel of life. Actually, you can get the wheel of life from the internet. It's everywhere. Just Google the wheel of life, and then you can write it down and begin to plan from it. But then what I'll do now is quickly give you ideas that you can work with for every aspect of the wheel of life, right? So I'm going to use the wheel of life that segments it in twos, so that we can quickly be done with this video and we move on to the next thing, right? So let's look at this particular wheel of life. Now, this one has family and career. It also has social and ethical, spiritual, family and house, cultural, and all of that is all there. I'm actually just talking from my head. I can't see it right here, but I'm sure that all of these things are right there in the wheel of life. Now, let's look at the first one. Let's look at financial and career. Now, these are some of the ideas that I can give you based on financial and career, and you can also come up with more, because I mean, at the end of the day, it's your life. I'm not the one living it. I'm just giving you ideas, right? So when we talk about financial and career, you can think about, do I need to save more money this year? Do I need to earn more? Do I need to give out more? Do I need to be more stingy this year? Some of you need to make that decision, because you've been so nice and it's not really been working for you. I'm not saying being nice, it's not good, but like learning how to manage your finances is very, very important, especially as we have come into a new year. So those are some of the things you can think about when it comes to finances. Now, in your career, some of you might even have to change your career. Some of you might desire a promotion and you might need to work harder. Some of you just need simple things like getting more cordial with your bosses. Some of you are just rude. You're just rude with your bosses, and that's why you've not gotten a promotion. That's why you're not even getting better at your career. So those are some of the things that you can think about. Some of you need to take more courses and all of that. Now, let's talk about the next one, which is family and house. A lot of you need to learn to be more in tune or attuned with your family. You need to call them more. You need to visit more. You need to be nicer to your family members. Some of you need to even do something as simple as creating a WhatsApp group to have like a better communication with your family every time. You know, those are some of the things that has to do with family. And talking about your house, some of you need to move out of that apartment. It is time. You need to move out. Some of you need to paint your house. Some of you need to learn to clean better. You might need to create a new system that helps you to always clean the house better. Maybe get someone who do that better and all of that, because this has a lot to do with your mental state as well. Where you're living, your environment is really important. So that is for family and house. Then let's talk about social and cultural. Some of you need to go out more this year. Stop being boring. Stop being in the house all the time. And I'm talking to myself as well, because I really don't go out like that. But yeah, you need to learn to go out more this year. A lot of you, very important. Some of you need to learn to make more friends. Some of you need to learn to smile better. You don't have to always be frowning. You're not the only one going through the things we're going through in this country, Nigeria, or in any part of the world. So as much as possible, learn to improve your social life. You need to be very, very determined about it. You need to be conscious about it so that you can actually hit the goals that you need to hit. on all this one. So I've talked about social and cultural, I've talked about family, I've talked about finances. Okay, now let's talk about educational. Some of you need to take more courses. Some of you need to do your masters. Some of you need to do your PhD. You know, for every part of your life, there's something that you need to do that will improve it and make it better. And that is exactly what I'm talking about. And if you're that person who is thinking, oh, I can't do this now, you need to start. This is the year. It's this year that it all comes together, and all you need to do is start. So take out time, get the wheel of life, write it out, and then for every little point, make sure that you also make little points that would make your life better. And trust me, if you're able to do something based off of these different points that I have given, and I haven't even talked about spiritual, let me quickly talk about it. Yeah, for spiritual, some of you need to learn to study the Word of God more. Some of you need to pray more. Some of you need to fast more. Some of you need to learn to go to church. Day in, day out, you're always at work. If it's not work, you're at a club. If you're not at the club, you're home. What about church? Some of you need to add that to your life, because really the spiritual controls the physical. So that is one of the things that you should pay attention to. And trust me, if you're able to do all of these things, maybe first quarter you say you want to give 10%, 10%, 10% to every of these things. Okay, this is what I want to do for this one, this first quarter. This is what I want to do. You get used to it. By the time it's second quarter, you're adding something else. By the time it's third quarter, you're adding something else. If you're able to do these things regularly, you just get used to it, and then you just have a wonderful life moving forward. And then we look to 2025 and think of better things that we can do and better ways that we can plan. And I do hope that you've been able to learn one or two things from today's video. Please do well to subscribe, do well to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend, do well to share, do well to ring the bell so that you know, or rather click on the bell so that you know every time that I have a new video. And yes, I'm looking forward to your comments. If you have more ideas as to how to become better in any part of the things that I've talked about, please do well to let us know right here. I'll be ready to read your comments, and I'll be ready to reply. Yeah, all right, I think I'm done with today's episode. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll be here again next time. Have a fabulous day ahead, and goodbye for now.